up, bros? Welcome to another Brograph Brocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
And you can tell that I have a little cold thing going on here.
Yeah, I think there's something going around in Texas because I've been waking up, or at least Dallas. Texas is big. In Dallas, because I've been waking up every morning with just a bunch of schmutz in my throat hole.
Yeah, so we'll do our best here. Brograph is a supplement to our site, brograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other MoGraph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects, plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, and working for the man. And you can email us your questions and your topic ideas to brograph@brograph.com. The emails have slowed down a little bit recently. I think some of that's due to the Slack channel.
I think it's due to the Slack as well.
But remember to email us too. I know y'all are on Slack all the time, but either that or go to the show topics section in Slack and fill it up with all sorts of ideas. I know y'all are on the Slack anyway, so just anything that comes to mind, put it in there. We'd love to talk about it.
Totes.
So
Dave is going to go ahead and say this is going to be a short show,
right?
Which it may be because we're all sickly.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to talk. So there is a section on the Slack called Show Topic Ideas. So if you go there, you can put stuff in there. For example, would you rather work on 20 small explainer videos or one horse-size explainer video?
Did someone actually ask that?
No, I'm asking that.
Oh, man. That should be a topic
right?
for the actual show.
Well, somebody asked a very similar thing. You know, like how do you stay sane if you're working on like 20 explainer videos?
Yeah, seriously. Okay, so 20 small explainer videos. So how long are these explainer videos?
Each one is 1 minute long, or you can work on one 20-minute explainer video.
I don't know. I feel like the 20-minute explainer video, while it would probably suck, you would not have to... I mean, it's basically the same thing, isn't it?
A lot of the same assets you're probably reusing.
You wouldn't be having to rebuild
guide.
assets and stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, maybe with the...
Wouldn't be
with the
working
20
with 20
small
clients.
ones, if it's 20 different clients, you could probably make more money than on the 20...
True.
Maybe.
That's possible. That's
what do you
possible. Think? Yeah, I think you're right.
Because if you're outsourcing, because I'm thinking us, because we're not great illustrators. So some of these explainer videos, if they have us illustrate it, we send it off.
To Illustrator.
So we could probably get more work doing the 20 individual ones. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, you got to deal with 20 clients.
That's true. I take it back. I'd rather do the 20-minute one.
Yeah, see the emails and all that stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Well, what if it's like, okay, so I feel like 20 and 20 is equal, right? So what if it's like 5 2-minute explainer videos among 5 different clients, or one 20-minute explainer video with one client?
I don't know.
See, that would be I
wouldn't mind doing
kind of a
the
toss
5
up there.
and like making a little more money.
Yeah,
I just don't think you could do a 20-minute.
What if they both make the same amount of money?
So, okay, let's put it in perspective. Let's say you get 20 really good explainer videos, okay? And let's
we're saying 5. 5. This is where...
No, let's start with 20. Let's start with the 20. And, and let's say you charge $5,000 a pice.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to make $100,000
on 20
off those 20 explainer
okay.
videos.
Okay.
So this is I kind of like this strategy. I think as a business, if you could be like...
yeah, that's why there's websites that's like, hey, you need an explainer video.
Yeah, but like ABC always be selling.
Right.
You could have like a whiteboard, and on the whiteboard you say, okay, this year only closers get coffee. you've got a whiteboard up there, and there are 20 videos that you've got to sell this year, and each one of them have to be a $5,000 package. That's what she said, and so. You make $100,000 though. You make your year's salary for doing these if you hit that. Okay. Now let's turn it the other way. Could you sell a 20-minute explainer video to a client for $100,000?
That's true, but still, I think even a
$5,000
explainer video that's only 1 or 2 minutes long might also be a hard sell. Maybe, I don't know.
It depends.
Like explainer videos are so like, especially the people who are getting them are so fickle sometimes.
Let's
and
say
always
3,000.
3,000. Okay,
Even
so
3,000
3,000 times 20.
You're using stock vectors. You're doing it real short. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So 60 grand.
Okay.
Okay.
60 grand versus
still
because you could
live off
probably for a
60
20-minute one, you could probably only make maybe $20,000 or $30,000, right?
I don't think you could charge 60 grand. So, it's a toss up.
Yeah.
You got to deal with email chains and CCs to people that you don't even care about for 20 different videos.
Yeah.
But, so 20 duck-sized explainer videos.
Or one horse-sized.
One horse-sized explainer video.
That's pretty good. I like that. Let's hear your thoughts. Hit us up on the Slack or email us with the subject line. Hashtag horse duck explainer video.
A horse duck explainer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, dude, I cannot wait for the next Brograph Jam. It's going to be in about a month. Actually, 1 month from tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're leaving for the next jam.
Yeah.
And holy crap, if we could only tell you what we're going to be doing.
I don't think we're even going to be able to talk about it, like show it off during the jam.
I know.
Like, it's a
we'll be doing
big
certain
surprise.
Things.
Like,
you guys are going to,
Yeah, it's kind of a dream come true type thing.
Yes,
so
it is.
Basically,
David Ariev is the only person listening who knows what it is right now.
Yeah.
Because he's coming.
That's not true. My brother-in-law knows. I told him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so he listens to the show.
Yes, he does.
It's ridiculous. Y'all are going to flip.
Yes.
It's another one of those we can't tell you moments.
All I would say is that
happen.
If you're going to be in the LA area for New Year's Eve and you can go to the Dead Mouse concert, I would say go because it's going to be a lot of fun.
And I'm sure there'll be YouTube videos of what we're doing online.
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so.
There will definitely be some.
I haven't told my wife this or the family because we're going to be in LA at the time, but I'm going to try and go.
You haven't told her that?
I mean, I've soft mentioned it.
Wait, you would
she
go by
listens to the show
for midnight?
No, I wouldn't be by myself. The hardest thing would be because we're going to be in Disneyland that whole day,
Okay.
And so I was thinking if I left at like 9, would say like my brother-in-law and his girlfriend or his fiance, and I don't know, maybe we can make it. But anyway,
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Stay tuned.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. What is that?
We gotta work out the. I don't know.
I think that's probably from like some kid show.
We got to work out the details of the jam for any submissions that we might do.
Yes.
We got to get that worked out. We do have a little submission thing that we've created. It's not up and live yet, but you'll be able to.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Stuff.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
So there's that. Okay, I did not get the Stranger Things thing done this week.
Did you get the new T-shirt?
Yes, I got the new
T-shirt. Okay,
because
I knew you had some issues with Alexa and being stupid.
No, it looks exactly like the last one. Sorry. Even though I changed
Alexa, shut up. Sorry.
And so unfortunately,
it looks exactly like the last one?
Yeah. It didn't change at all. So I'm really going to have to rework it.
I think what you need to do, I think you just need to make it solid red.
Yeah, but I think what I'm going to do is find a way to not have the glow over the red.
I don't think the glow should be on there at all. Well, it looks more true to the original. I think it just needs to be solid red.
Because it looks pink or orange, which sucks.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I still wear my bad one.
So do I.
It's comfortable.
But, I mean, if you need an extra shirt, you might as well. So there's that. Redshift Live will... I'm trying to work this out. It might be Thursday, but it actually might be Wednesday this week.
Cool.
Just stay tuned. Just watch Twitter for that and everything else, and we'll let you know when that's going to be. We've got more Corona tutorials coming out.
You know what?
The latest.
I was actually I downloaded the Corona beta and stuff, and I was playing around with it, and it is surprisingly speedy for a CPU renderer.
Yeah, I think what are the stats on that computer that he's using there? Let's see.
Oh, well, he's got I think oh man, I was messaging him on the Slack the other day while I was watching this.
I saw that somewhere. So
He's
Sean,
using a 12-core overclock to 4.1 gigahertz.
it's an i7 or no, an i9, right?
No, it's an i7. He
thought
said
he
for
said
a
it was an
while there,
i9.
Threadripper was taking the cake, but if you get an Intel 14, 16, or 18 core or 12 core, all of them can be overclocked to be faster than Threadripper 16 core. Then I have a 40 core render node.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I said, so were you using the render node on your tutorial? He said, no, just my i9. Oh, it is an i9. i9 machine. If you have any of the i9 processors with Corona, it will scream It'll
basically look like you're using 1080s.
Yeah, he said it'll feel like you're using
render.
2 or 3 1080s, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So it was I don't know, like the setup. If you're doing CPU stuff, I would definitely suggest checking out Corona, especially right now while it's free. Because
and he even said that Sean said that his system, he's got it set up with, some good graphics cards too, so he can do Redshift or Corona easily, which is a nice combination.
Yeah, when we first met
Octane.
him, we were talking Octane and Redshift, and then that's when I found out he was a Corona boy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would if you're a CPU guy, or if you just want to try out a free render engine, I say check it out because it was actually pretty speedy, and it produced a pretty picture,
Yeah.
And the biggest thing, the biggest thing that I really enjoyed about playing around with Corona is that it uses all the C4D native noises and shaders and everything.
Right.
It's like you almost feel like you're still working in standard Cinema 4D, which makes it a whole lot easier for your workflow, especially if you're used to that type of workflow.
Fuzzy Wuzzy on Reddit said, "This is cool, but how does Corona handle hair and cloth?"
It doesn't.
Right.
Hair's not on there, which is a shame.
But it's in the pipeline.
Yeah.
It's coming down the pipeline. It's in the roadmap, I guess, to come out soon. So just stay tuned for that.
Yeah. And the displacement stuff is pretty snappy as well. Like displacement and I don't know. I was very impressed with it. Very impressed with it.
And it's let's see here. What else did I have on the
Corona front?
No, well, I guess let's talk about Redshift. I don't know what Liam has planned. There's going to be some sort of tutorial this week, and I know he mentioned it to me, but I can't remember what it was going to be. I know there are some comments out there about there's always constantly a flow of Redshift comments asking him to do more and more. So we're just going to keep going. Originally we said we were going to do 8 weeks, I think, or something, but we're just going to go until we kind of run out of things to talk about, I guess. Yeah. We're also going to have an Octane tutorial coming out this week from Raid Zero about creating these laser effects in Octane.
It's super cool having all these extra people submitting tutorials and stuff like that. It's very, very, it's nice, because we're pretty busy with the podcast and running our own company and stuff like that, that we've got a lot of ideas for tutorials. It's just hard to put out the work, Yeah. And we're also working on a Christmas card.
Yeah.
An animated Christmas card for ourselves, which hopefully we'll be able to finish.
Yeah, I think we will. I think we can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I did the storyboard for it, and actually, so tomorrow I'm going to record voices for it, and I'm going to, do an animatic or whatever, but really it's 4 or 5 scenes,
Well, I'd like to be some of the voices.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to be an elf?
Yeah, I'll totally be an elf. I might have to wait a day or two until this clears up, unless I can utilize the voice.
You could be Sniffles the elf.
Yeah. I want to be a dentist.
That was pretty good. See, there you go.
So, yeah, it's kind of always been my thing. I don't know if it's as bad, but when I get a really bad cold, I sound like the guy who does the movie trailer stuff.
Oh,
the In a World, that kind of thing.
That was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
It's better when I have a worse cold. But.
Yeah. Have you seen the In a World movie or whatever? It's awful.
Like the spoof thing.
Yeah, it's not a spoof. It's like an actual movie where all these voiceover people are competing to replace the In a World guy. You know?
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
It's like it's so dumb. But I guess if voiceover is like your world, then in your world, you know, then I guess it's pretty cool. But
Michael Bay movies,
right?
Oh, the newest Family Guy. There was a comment about that. It was basically supposed to be different directors doing the same Family Guy episode.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So there's like different people doing it. It's basically a day when Peter gets fired from work.
Okay.
Done by different directors, and one of them is supposed to be done by Michael Bay, and he's like, now we're going to cut to a whole battle scene with a series of shots that are so convoluted that you have no idea what's going on. And I was just cracked up because it's always been my comment. Like, since Transformers 1 came out, I'm like, there is no establishing shot. There's never a wide shot.
Yeah.
And you can never tell what's going on or which way.
Yep.
Like, they break the 180-degree rule. There's stuff going on everywhere. You can never tell what's going on in those scenes, and it bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah, it was one of my biggest complaints about watching the newest, well, not the newest one, but the new Ninja Turtles movie that he did. You know,
of course,
because it's like when you watch the old like 90s version of the Ninja Turtles movies, it's like you get to see them, you get to like kind of like take in their essence and like their skin tones and all that other stuff. You know, that's what I want to examine. That's what I want to see. I want to be able to see that stuff. You know, but with the new Ninja Turtles, it was so quick cuts that like you never really got a sense of like their substance, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, it's stupid. It sucks.
Yeah.
So, so the new AE, this is interesting. The new After Effects update seems kind of crashy to me. You know what it crashes?
Let's see.
Or was it just our project we were working on this week in general?
No, it's just my project. That was actually the old After Effects.
This is a really crappy issue that we ran into this week. You know, what is it about After Effects that if you have anything besides 1920 by 1080 that it just dies?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much firepower you throw at it. It hates weird formats.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So this is a weird glitch that was going on this week. And it's like, it's one of those things where, you know, you're down to the line on a project.
Yeah.
Down to the wire, and you're just like, I got to get this done, and you go to render, and After Effects just, it gets to a certain point, and it's just crashing on a frame, and you don't know why, and you don't know what of the 100 layers you have are crashing it. And it's just like the worst. It's like, okay, this is the final res. I spent a good hour trying to turn on and off layers, and found this stupid layer that all it was a mask that you made with
I guarantee you it's probably because the thing was so freaking wide, you know, and it was moving over and stuff. I don't know. It's dumb.
So stupid. It was an Illustrator layer too, and it would only crash if you had continuous rasterization on.
Oh, really?
And full res canvas. You know, so we didn't have this problem until we exported the high res full resolution version for the client. And so it's just really odd because you could do up to half res on it and it was fine. And, you know, I tried everything. I tried to do a proxy of it. I tried to bring it into its own comp and do all this other stuff. And I tried to do these masking things. And, you know, and it's like you get down to the wire like that and someone's waiting for a project and you're like, dude, this sucks. What do I do? You know, those are the worst moments when you're like, there's nothing to fix it. You know, and it's an integral part of the project we were working on. And it's like, what do you do? So here's what I ended up doing, because it would render at half res. So I brought it into its own comp and made a half res proxy and then scaled it up 200% in the main comp as a proxy and just hope for the best that nobody would notice that the little Bezier line was like half res and scaled.
I think it looked fine.
It's like, what do you do in those situations? It just sucks.
Yeah. I mean, that's You basically we had an entire class, like 2 classes worth of just troubleshooting like problems in college.
Really?
You know, and the place that I worked
Sounds
at,
kind of fun, actually.
it was the place, like, she would go through and like F up all of our settings, and we had to somehow figure out what was wrong and get back to it, you know?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
So, but I think you and I probably are the same but I came from a job where it was very technical all the time. And like, you know, I started out as just a VHS to VHS dubs guy, and then worked my way up to the lead After Effects and lead, you know, DP and stuff like that. And doing all that, you basically have to learn everything and have to learn how to troubleshoot everything. So you become really good at troubleshooting all this other stuff. So I became very good at troubleshooting After Effects.
And then you became the guy that fixes everything.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem.
Oh,
they never want to hire an IT guy
that's...
because it's like, oh, no, I got this guy. But I'm supposed to be doing After Effects.
Nobody even wants to Google anything because, I'll just
ask Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be like, that could be a fun game. It could be like production Kobayashi Maru type scenario.
Yeah,
you know?
Totally.
Like Cinema 4D Kobayashi Maru. What's wrong with this?
Yeah, I like that.
Wouldn't know what to do. I mean, a question mark wouldn't know what to do.
A question. What is that? Oh, is that a new thing? Like, I've been seeing that all over Twitter and stuff.
The A question mark?
Yeah, or the
you
A
didn't have the
square box or whatever.
Yeah, square box with the question mark in it.
Yeah.
I didn't have this problem either. Like, I saw everybody posting on Facebook, like, why is my iPhone not working? Why is my iPhone not working?
Uh-huh.
Basically, you type the letter I, and it puts a square with a question mark in it instead, but only after you hit send or post. So everybody's Facebook posts and everything had these weird glitches, and I was like, what is wrong with these people? My phone isn't doing that.
Weird.
And then all of a sudden, mine started doing it one day.
Yeah, see,
I didn't change anything. That's what I don't understand. How does a glitch just show up one day?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been on Facebook, and I've noticed a few of them. I've never had it happen.
Yeah, and I was the same way. I was like, oh, that didn't happen to me. Maybe I'm not on a different version or haven't updated yet. Or, I mean, there is a fix for it now, but...
Did you do Beeples today?
I don't know.
People?
I don't know.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Let me see.
It's called Cabin Fever.
Yes, I did.
All right, sweet.
It's on there, yeah. So... Oh, and by the way, Beeple, you're awesome.
Yeah, we love you.
You're awesome. Yeah, we love you. You know why.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot. I meant to talk to you about that.
So, that glitch makes me think, though, that, like, it's almost like they're covering up the fact that it's, like, something viral. You know?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I'm thinking, like... I didn't have the problem, so to me, it's like, did I visit a website? Did something go around Facebook? Something, you know, and they're not saying, oh, God, that was like a virus and there's a proof of concept that somebody did to see if it would work.
Right.
You know, but... And also, we were working with somebody this week and had this dirt shader issue. This is a really weird...
We did?
Issue. Yeah, I don't think I've even talked to you about it. So, it's a bunch of displacement stuff, and there were 2 dirt shaders on it under the diffuse, and it was jacking up render times from...
Really?
Yeah, on the displace from, like, 4 minutes a frame to an hour 12 a frame.
Jeez.
I could not figure it out. So apparently using dirt shaders can really, really kill your render times.
Well,
did not know that.
Using dirt shaders like in the displacement?
No, not even in the displacement. It was in the diffuse, but I think it had to do with the fact that there was high-res displacement.
Weird.
But, so if you ever have like something just kind of crank up on you, like ungodly, and we're talking with 4 1080s, it was taking an hour 12 per frame, and it was something simple. So that might be, you know, something to look at if you ever have them jack up like that, like keep it in the back of your mind.
Was that the stuff we were rendering this week? That we were just rendering?
And yeah.
So here's what I have to say. So we rented out basically our machines. We have a client who asked us if we knew of any, Octane render farms and stuff, and of course we're going to say don't use ranch computing, but they're an option. But we're like, you know what? We don't have anything going on with our computers. We'll render them. Yeah, and so he's like, okay. So we came up with like a small amount. It's like $5 an hour, right?
Yeah.
So $5 an hour to use our computers, and they're just going to sit there. We're not going to do anything this weekend. And so I got to say, after that experience, I mean, we maybe made $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't all we did was like start.
All we did was, start
and it
the
dumps
stuff.
everything out to Dropbox.
Yep.
So they're getting the files.
And
we don't
so
have to do anything.
After that, I kind of have to say I'm a little bit more on board with render tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny, somebody posted in the Facebook Octane group this week, oh man, okay, it was a question about Octane render farms, but somebody posted in there, they're like, oh man, like, I wouldn't mind renting my machines to you for a little bit if you wanted. And someone's like, yeah, that would be a good idea. And Jules Urbach chimes in, he's like, that's what render tokens are. Hello.
Yeah, but they're not out yet.
Yeah. Well, so
I don't know. I think it's funny.
This is something interesting. I did post about ranch computing in that post, and I said, okay, here's my beef with ranch computing. They're okay, but here's why I personally don't like to use them. And I was talking about bandwidth. If you heard us on the show before, they don't have enough bandwidth to get you the stuff back fast enough to be worth the way, worth doing it online like that.
Yeah.
And plus, technically, they're going against license. They're not licensed to do that.
Yes.
And so at the end of that post, I said, if only Pixel Plow would pick up Octane.
Yeah.
And Jules Urbach actually replied to me on there, and he said, hey, you were willing to talk to him if they want to do it. I was like, seriously? I was like, well, we were talking to Ty. Let me shoot him an email, because I think we can facilitate a little bit of a connection here to get Pixel Plow on board with Octane. I mean, dude, Pixel Plow would make a killing if they could work that out.
Yeah, I guarantee you they're already making a killing. When we were talking to Ty at Half Res, he was saying that they're getting one or two big C40 render jobs every day.
And somebody was posting in our Slack, I think, the other day, a screenshot of how much they spent. And they're like, how is this even possible? It's this cheap.
Yeah. It was like 0.006 cents,
Yeah, we need to just shoot him an email and say, look, Jules is completely willing. I think you would make a killing now.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, X Particles, man, I'm still fiending for X Particles.
Yeah.
That's coming out December 5th or something like that. With the new video they put out this week is the XP Open VDB video.
Yeah.
Oh my God, go watch this video. This video will be in the show notes. I mean, just creating these crazy things and the way it's going to do bulls and you can make these crazy things and then turn them into VDBs. It's just going to be ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
I like the crazy things people are going to be making with this when it comes out. So, okay, so here's a big one. Ash Thorpe left Learn Squared.
Yes. Yeah.
And did I hear this right? They took down all of his stuff from Learn Squared too?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Is that a contractual thing?
I don't know. See, that, I don't know. It'd be interesting to have him on the show talking about this because, it's, I don't know. That's kind of big news because when you think Learn Squared, you think Ash Thorpe,
Is it his thing? See, I always thought it was his deal.
I always thought, I think he was one of the creators, as long as I understand correctly. But yeah, he left for whatever reasons. I don't know. There's been speculation among all of us that he's going to work on something bigger, like a big project or something, or a short film or a film or something like that.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have time for it. But I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Ash,
we'll
shoot us an email.
that.
I want to know what's up.
Yeah, we really want to somehow get him on the show.
Yeah.
We don't really, it's one of those things where we have a lot of connections to the people that come to like these shows and stuff, but Ash never really comes to like the Maxon booth and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
And so
I've
we
never seen
end
him.
up. No, he goes to kind of different types of events. So it'd be interesting if we could find a way to talk to him, because we just have never made any connection with him. All right, so this was a suggestion in the Slack.
Okay.
And I figured we would give this a go.
Oh boy, what was it?
Is to do now. This is suggested by Rick Bogus, is to do this as like a visual quiz, but we are going to try and do this descriptively just for fun on the show. This would be the C4D icon quiz.
Mm-hmm.
So
hold on, where's my bell? Okay, I got my bell.
I don't have my bell.
That's all right.
It's not within reaching distance, so I'll just say ding, like Mort Goldman.
Right.
All right. I'm going to start.
All right.
And we're describing ourselves as an icon.
Right.
For the other one to guess.
And so we have to guess what the icon is in Cinema 4D.
So I'll start with an easy one for you as the example. I look like a giant magnet with a 3D next to me.
Right. That's the 3D snapping tool.
Yes. Ding.
I got to be careful. I don't want to wake up my kid. He didn't have a nap today, so if he wakes up, he's going to be grumpy.
Rabble, 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 rabble. All right. Here's the next one.
No, it's my turn. I'm
we're going back and forth?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I look like a green mountain with 3 edges.
I look like a green mountain with 3 edges?
Uh-huh. Smooth edges.
With 3 smooth edges. And that's tough.
Okay, 3 spherical edges.
How can you have a mountain with spherical edges?
No, it looked like a mountain.
Is it the MoGraph?
Nope.
MoGraph thing?
Nope.
Is it a MoGraph thing?
Nope.
No. Man. I give up.
Loft NURBS.
Loft NURBS.
Or loft.
Okay, loft.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
looks like a mountain with 3 edges.
All right. I'm red with 2 black rotating curved arrows. Red circle with 2 black rotating curved arrows inside, as if it's rotating in a circle.
Oh, I don't know. That's not the keyframe thing, is it?
It's auto keyframe.
Auto keyframe.
Ding.
Okay.
Right,
I'm a cube with spheres on each point.
Cube with spheres on each point. That would be hypernerves or whatever it's called now, right? No?
Nope.
A cube? Huh.
Come on, it's the easiest one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You're not cheating. You're not looking at the icon set, are you? You can't cheat.
No, I'm not. I mean, well, technically, yes, I have them up. I'm not looking at the icon set.
Okay. Cube.
Come on, this is the easiest one. You use it more than anything.
A cube.
Looks like a Star of David.
Looks like a Star of David.
Also, yes, if you just glance at it. Kind of.
Man, I mean, I can see it in my head, but I don't know.
Come on, dude.
Scale.
I literally picked the easiest one. No, it is the MoGraph cloner.
It is the MoGraph cloner?
Yeah. It's a cube with like spheres in each point.
Oh,
and then it actually looks like a kind of like a Star of David type thing.
I don't know if that's the easiest one. All right.
Yeah, it is.
I am 2 parented rectangles.
2
parented white rectangles. So one is a child of the other one.
Okay.
2 white rectangles. One's a child of the other one. And then underneath is another child, which is a letter S inside of a circle. So it's white rectangle.
Are
right,
you
rectangle,
solo
S in a
hierarchy?
circle. Yes.
Nice.
Ding. You're getting all yours.
Yeah, I am.
I gave you the easy
Okay, I'm a blue.
You give him the easy ones.
I'm a blue blob.
A blue blob?
Yes.
I
I look like a blue blob.
look like a blue blob.
Yes.
Metaballs?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Can I take a lifeline?
Sure. It's
Is this a deformer?
Yes.
This is a deformer. What is it?
You just have to, if you know the way I work,
blob.
then you know all the things that I use all the time, and these are the ones that I chose because they're the only ones that I probably know.
What is a blue blob deformer that you use? What would you use that for?
I don't know, for like making noisy stuff.
Is there a noise deformer?
No.
Making noisy stuff.
Well, kind of. It's a
jiggle.
It's a displacer deformer. I look like a blue blob.
You use a displacer deformer?
Yeah, all the time.
For what?
For like anytime I want to, like if I want to say I take a sphere and I want it to like just not be so uniform, you know, like when I'm doing the clay renders and stuff, I actually add a displacement deformer and like kind of like let it like displace a little bit with some noise.
Put like some noise in it?
Yeah, I put a noise shader in there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that before.
I do it all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah, actually when I was creating when I created the ground for the snow scene or whatever, you know, I just threw a displacement deformer in there and just let it go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Apparently the way I work isn't the way that everyone else works.
I am an orange circle with a black circle and slash going through me.
Orange circle.
Yeah, it's a black circle slash with the orange fill in between. It's orange in between.
Oh, man. I have no idea. Hold on. Okay, say it again.
No, don't you be looking now.
I'm not looking. I was looking, but now I'm not.
Okay. It's a black circle slash,
Black
like a no
circle-
smoking
okay.
sign. And instead of white behind it, it's orange.
No, I don't know.
No something.
No keyframes?
No.
No,
Eh.
what is it?
Time's up. Protection tag.
Oh, that was good. That was really good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Here you go. This one, you'll get this one. I am a diagonal arrow with a gradient.
A diagonal arrow.
Downward facing diagonal arrow on a gradient. A gradient background. Black diagonal arrow on a black and white gradient background.
You say I'll get this, but I don't know.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say.
give me a
You are
clue.
too far in Octane world.
Really? Okay. Yeah, this is probably something completely unrelated. Oh, wait. Okay, is there a checkerboard pattern behind it?
Nope. Okay,
No?
arrow going down.
Okay.
It's square. The whole thing is square.
Uh-huh.
Arrow going down, white to black gradient.
Man, I don't know.
Infinite light, yo.
Infinite light?
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I used an infinite light.
Really?
That was probably... It's probably been 4 or 5 years since I used an infinite light.
See,
There's
you're so
Octane,
far.
man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're so far into Octane world.
And even when I haven't used it, I haven't used an infinite light.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, this is an easy one. You're going to
All
get
right.
this one. I am an orange thumbtack.
Orange thumbtack.
An orange thumbtack. No looking.
I'm sorry. My eyes just glanced over to my questions.
Close it.
All right.
Orange
thumbtack.
thumbtack. I totally thought you would get this one.
Orange thumbtack. I actually don't know. I don't know. What is it?
Protection. I'm sorry, not protection. A constraint tag.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Nope. Okay.
All right.
I'm a circle that's half green and half white.
That would be a Symmetry object.
Yeah.
All right, finally got one.
All right, I believe the score is 2-1.
Yeah. No, did I get?
No, you haven't got one. That was the first one you got.
Oh yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, I got 2.
I think you got more than that.
I might have gotten 3. I don't know.
I am an orange square. With a black outline around the square.
Okay.
And an eyeball in me. Black eyeball, completely black eyeball. It's a pupil and the arch of the eye over it.
Something visible.
Don't you be looking?
I'm not
Don't
looking.
You be looking.
Staring up into space. I don't know.
That would be display tag.
Oh man, see, you're going tag wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah. I should have known that. I didn't. I should have been thinking tag wise. All right.
So I love this icon set. You can find it if you're on the Slack channel. Rick posts it's every icon in Cinema 4D.
All right, I got one last one for you.
Okay.
I'm 4 spheres, 2 of them which are combined. You'll get this.
4 spheres.
Because you already said it once.
Which are combined. I did already say it once.
Yeah.
Not MoGraph tag.
Nope. I'm disappointed on you for not getting that one.
What is a clue? What type of...
It's green. 4 green spheres. 2 of them are very small. 2 of them in the middle are
the hypernerbs?
No, are combined together. They kind of look like a figure 8.
Oh, metaballs.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, yeah. Ding.
All right. And that concludes this week's episode of I don't know what the name of the game show is.
All right, so let's move on to some Ravcock. What's your flavor?
What's your flavor?
Redshift.
Redshift is your flavor today?
Yes. Redshift is my flavor today. We don't have too much to talk about in Ravcock today, except...
I should have talked about Corona in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Corona
we kind of put everything in different sections today.
Yeah.
But, this is a quote. I don't know what the context is because you just posted this in our notes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yes. On the forum, we've gotten the first kind of official talks that Redshift is working towards short-term licenses. So looking more for instead of a full out purchase, you can actually do a monthly subscription or something. So the quote on the forum actually said, "Finally, we know some people have been asking for some optional subscription version of Redshift. The extra server communication described above will be the first steps towards achieving that. It will allow for short-term licenses that can be refreshed periodically and automatically, i.e. it will allow for cloud licenses that can even work if temporarily for a few days at a time there's no internet connection." So, yeah. That's pretty excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exciting. Cool. Well, that's good to hear. Also, this is something that you posted, Manhattan Nights by NSCR. I think NSCR is in our Slack channel.
Yeah, he's in our Slack channel.
But I saw it somewhere else, too. I think
so this link that we're going to post in the show notes, it is for, I believe, a free HDRI pack. And so it's called Manhattan Nights.
It's a Gumroad project.
It's on Gumroad.
Donations and stuff.
Right. So, but what's cool is it's all neon-esque stuff. So if you're looking for reflections from that look like the lights of Vegas or downtown New York City, Manhattan, and stuff like that, this would be pretty cool to pick up. Now, here's what's interesting. He reached out to us on Slack. He was just kind of talking in the Slack, and he released it. And, he got a lot of traction on it for the first day or so. And it was doing very well. Well, then along comes some jerkwad who used a stolen credit card. And I don't know why he used a stolen credit card, because if why would he use a stolen credit card if the thing was free in the first place, So he used a stolen credit card, it automatically pinged Gumroad, and Gumroad ended up refunding every single person who purchased it their money back. So he ended up losing like 100.
Why did it refund everybody's money back?
I don't know. It was some like glitch within Gumroad, or like that's
for the people who donated. Is that what you're saying?
All the people who donated.
Oh,
so because one person screwed it up, it ended up taking all the money that he had made from it. So
I hope those people. I hope he has those email addresses.
Yeah,
and you can email them and say, "Hey, look, here's what happened. I appreciate if you'd redonate."
I mean,
blah blah blah.
No biggie, whatever.
That's not cool.
We're putting it. So I'm putting the link out there. Here's the link. Go download it.
Yeah.
It's free if you want. Or you know what? Dave, we bought it. We, know, we threw him a couple bucks. Nexus Motion did. Brograph did. And so I would recommend just throwing them a couple bucks, whatever. It's a pretty cool HDRI pack. And so yeah, if you're looking to do some of those cool little neon lights or some of these glowing. What did I call it? Blade Runner-esque reflections, and stuff. So pick it up.
Nice. All right. So let's go to a couple topics today. This one was your idea.
This one was my idea because so ever since we went freelance, I realized the other day we haven't had to actually deal with this. Well, okay, maybe you work a lot more than I do.
A couple times.
Yeah. You work a lot more than I do, and I'm sorry.
You say that, but I always feel like I'm like slacking off.
No, the thing is, our and especially lately, our schedules have been different. Like
they've been offset.
I'm still doing the 9 to 5 or 9 to 3:30 thing,
and
you're doing the
like 2 or 3 in the
noon
morning.
till 3 in the morning thing.
Yeah,
whatever. But so here's the topic, and ever since at least I jumped off. There's been very few occasions where this actually happened.
It did happen to you the other day.
This happened to me on Friday. Yeah, so it's Friday, 4:45 p.m.
And I had taken off.
Dave had already taken off, and this was his I had been helping out on this project a bit, but this was kind of his baby that he had been handling. And so the client calls me, not realizing somehow they got our numbers mixed up. And I answered for some reason, even though I didn't recognize the number. And they kept calling me Dave. So I got confused until they finally told me who they were. And they're like, hey, so we've got this. We need some changes. And so the biggest issue that we had, one, it was 15 minutes till 5, which, if on a Friday, and we had also gone through more than the recommended number of changes.
We were out of scope already.
Yeah. Which... fine. We're all about helping the client whenever we can, when we feel it's needed. But, and, especially because this is Dave's project, I felt like they didn't know me that well. So, you know what? I was going to kind of complain a little bit. So.
Not really complain.
But the thing is, I was going to tell them how it is, And, sometimes it's hard whenever you create a relationship with a client or something like that. Like this was your client mostly. You were the one doing all the talking. And so when you create this relationship, it's kind of hard to say, oh, well, I'm going to need you to pay a little bit extra, And they
already knew we were out of scope at that point too. Yeah. So it wasn't that bad to tell them, okay.
So anyway, I said, listen, it's 4:45 on a Friday. You're asking me to do, this much work. It's not a lot of work, I understand, but the render is hellacious. Like
hellacious, 3 hours in After Effects.
Hellacious.
3 hours in After Effects.
Exactly. And so it's not that the work is hard. It's that I literally have to babysit it in order to make sure that you hit your deadline.
Right. Oh, by the way, before I forget, the Icebreakers 360-degree videos are appearing on Facebook.
This is not the client that we're talking about, by the way.
No. I thought about it just now. Yeah, that's not the client we're talking about.
Yeah,
but
no.
We worked on something with EJ, so if you see that,
we were working with EJ on these 360 videos and stuff, and he started posting them on Facebook and stuff. So if you go to the Icebreakers Gum page, they've got a couple of these 360 ones, and I helped out on the Summit one where you're up on the mountain tops and stuff. I did.
Well, y'all mostly
I did a little bit. I basically did the beginning layout and the Aurora Borealis and the stars and stuff like that. But he made it actually like really pop and look nice.
The one you posted the other day, today or yesterday. There's a unicorn, and it's just kind of funny because it's almost like you're riding the unicorn when it opens up.
Yeah.
Like it's right there. But it was funny because EJ posted the first one, and it was mainly him working on it and you. I was working on other projects.
Right.
And so it's funny, I was scrolling through my Facebook feed, and I see this. A lot of times I'll automatically like click on a 360 video just to rotate it and stuff. And I'm like, what's this? And I click, and I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, wait. This is the project we worked on.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Anyway, back to the other project.
Yeah,
sorry.
So, even though this was Dave's client, that he had been talking to, I felt like I was in line because, they knew they were out of scope. So anyway, I told them, I said, listen, you want me to babysit this thing? That's fine, but you're going to have to pay more. We're going to have to pay some money. And so, they were fine with it. They were completely okay with it. And I thought they were going to complain a little bit, because they were they paid a fair amount of money for the project. But so it's kind of at that point that I realized, okay, well, I'm going to have to go home. I'm going to have to do this work, and I'm going to have to get it going and stuff. And
babysit it.
Babysit it, and it kind of sucked. It did, but it's and this is something that, because I said haven't done this much as a freelancer since, starting our own or jumping off onto our own company versus when I was working a full-time job. This used to happen all the time. I felt like in the job that Dave and I originally worked at, where we were, it happened every Friday. We called it F Your Friday.
Yeah, F Your Friday.
F Your Friday, because basically
all you're doing is going to work and trying to keep your head down so that you don't get involved in any sort of fires that cause something to happen at 4:35 in the afternoon that create a 4-hour dilemma, which make you leave at 8:30 at night on a Friday.
Right.
It would happen constantly.
Yeah, because the boss would come in, the owner would come in. We'd get projects out on Friday to these stations and stuff, and he would come in and he would throw a wrench in every single. He'd get super drunk and get really
he would come in from out of
and
town.
really critical about everything that we do, and it's like
at the last second. No, you need to change this thing. Well, that's going to take 3 hours to render.
Yeah,
and it's 5:00. All right, well, we're going to have to do it.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But ever since going freelance, it's like you don't run into that issue so much, And I don't know, maybe some of you guys work for a good company where I did have one company that I worked for that was all about making sure that there was good work-life balance, which was very nice, but we also didn't have any work to do 80% of the time.
Right.
So
yeah, no, that's what I really liked about Barton Damer. He was very cognizant of that.
Yes.
About saying, look, we have X amount of dollars in our budget. And we can throw that to extra freelancers in order to get this done on time. Or if you guys are willing, then you can stay and get basically bonused from that budget.
Yeah.
Like overtime.
Yeah.
And I total respect for that, because just being a former employee who always got stuck in those situations.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst. It's like the client comes to where you're at and asks for a change, like the ad agency I used to work at, and it's Friday, and then all of a sudden the boss is like, oh yeah, we're totally going to get that done for you this weekend. You're like, what? Wait a minute. I had plans.
Yeah.
I was going to go home and do all these things this weekend, and now you're telling me I got to stay up here. Like, that's a sucky thing to have to deal with as an employee.
Yes, it is.
When you're on salary too, they're just like, oh, well, yeah, this dude will do it for nothing.
Yep.
Because he's on salary and work overtime. And
that's the joy of freelancing,
They don't even ask you.
Yeah.
It's just like, yep, you're going to stay.
Yep.
Well, great. That's great.
If you're freelancing.
Thanks.
And, well, the big thing is, like, when you're freelancing, you also get to make that decision, whether or not you want to take that job, whether or not you want to fight it. But you also, there's a lot more, I would say there's almost a lot more riding on you as as the person doing the work. You're wanting to create a good relationship with these people. You're wanting to keep a relationship going with these people. Mm-hmm. So you may be more inclined to actually take it versus, arguing quite a bit, with the boss if you're working at a job. I don't know.
Well, the thing is,
if you're on salary, you're not getting paid any extra.
Yeah.
If you're freelancing, I mean, the changes, we basically got a day rate for. And the changes literally took me maybe an hour. It was and then 4 hours of babysitting. Yeah, right. I still got to spend a little bit of time with my wife and kids. I got to eat dinner with them and stuff, just occasionally coming in my office and checking, making sure nothing was going wrong,
Yeah,
so,
I think, and there's some assumptions that clients make on that stuff too, that are just like, well, you're going to be working on this over the weekend, right? And you're like, what? No, I'm not. Yeah. It's like Friday. They're like, well, you think you'll have that done by Monday? No, because I'm not going to work on it again until Monday.
Right.
Or they call you at night. Here's the thing. Both of us work over the weekend all the time.
Yeah.
Both of us work at night all the time. It's when it's assumed,
mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we'll just get that to you Friday night. It's like, do you not think that I have anything else going on?
Right. You need to, if you're working freelance, you should make it very apparent to your clients that treat it like a studio, treat it like studio hours, And
it's not just that, it's other things too. Like, some clients actually prefer different venues of communication, like Skype, for example, which is fine. Or even if it's Facebook or something, I could see, like, some people prefer that too. The thing is, like, don't assume that that's where I'm looking,
Yeah, for sure.
It is very modern to be talking with a client over Facebook if you are friends with them on Facebook, if you have a good enough relationship to have, be on Facebook with them. Skype is another thing. Like, a lot of people use Skype.
Yeah.
And a lot of our clients use Skype, and we'll do chats and we'll do calls. But, like, remember, if you're going to do that as a client, that if you hit somebody up on Skype, maybe they don't open Skype all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, I need this thing done really quick. Can you do it? Like, why don't you text that?
Yeah.
Why don't you email that?
Yeah.
Because text is going to be quick. Like, if it's that important, you need to text or call.
Yeah.
Email is going to get seen at some point in the day, most likely. Not necessarily right away.
And probably grumbled at.
Right. But, if you do a Facebook message to somebody and they don't necessarily use Facebook, or if you use a Skype message and they don't have their Skype open, or they don't have it on their phone, if you don't have Skype on your phone, you're never going to get that message.
Yeah.
Just out of the blue, especially if you haven't talked to that person in a while. Maybe they don't use Skype. So, you gotta tell them, hey, just email me next time, because I'm not necessarily sitting next to my Skype waiting for gigs to come into my Skype window.
Right. Yeah. Anywho, that's actually the only way that that Joel Deadmau5 and I communicate is through Skype.
Yeah.
So, like, it's funny, like, he called me one day and it was through Skype, and I was like, that's weird, because it was on my cell phone and stuff.
That's probably on his too, you know.
He just doesn't want to give me his phone number. I wouldn't either if I were him.
So let's talk about furniture in Cinema 4D.
Okay.
There's been some talk about this. I think you're thinking about doing some tutorials on this.
Well, yeah, we've got one guy. And big shout out to, like, some of these younger guys who are on the Slack, like, holding their own and stuff like that, asking questions, and it's very cool to kind of get this dialogue going. He is one of our Slack guys. He's looking to go into, like, ArcViz and stuff like that. So he's been asking a lot about, like, what are some different ways that you can kind of build furniture and make it, give it a little bit of depth, So he was showing off a few of the examples, and the biggest thing I have found, so I did a lot of, like, building furniture and stuff. And actually, this was a big conversation within the Slack this week. It was or during this conversation. It was, if you're doing ArcViz stuff, 90% of the time, just making sure I wasn't waking up my kid, 90% of the time, you're actually just going to be buying stuff like from Evermotion and stuff like that, you know, and that is absolutely the truth.
You're going to be sitting there and like reconfiguring, retexturing.
Yeah. I am very, I consider myself a very good modeler. Like I can model very well. But at my last job, they did not want me modeling anything. Like they just said, let's just buy this. Let's just buy this.
Understandable too.
And a few times they would say, let's just buy this. And I'd model it. I'd model it and just not tell them I bought it.
Take the money.
Yeah. Well, they also weren't very good about checking about whose account it was being bought on. So I have a whole Turbo Squid full of ArcViz stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
But anyway, when modeling furniture, there's a few little like tips that I've discovered. So when you're doing like things with like facets or not facets with what's it called? Piping. You know what piping is?
Piping?
Yeah. So say you've got a cushion and like around all the edges you've got this little cylindrical like thing.
Totally.
So that's called piping, right?
Okay, yeah.
So the biggest way that I've found out in order to create that piping is to do a loop selection around your actual geometry and then do an edge to spline. And then using that spline as a sweep, for like a circle sweep, you know. So you just sweep all the way around it, and then it adds this whole extra dimensionality to it, which really helps sell the furniture. The other thing, and I don't know if a lot of people know this exists, the soft selection tool, which is actually very cool. So you've got your regular selection. Let me open up Cinema and tell you exactly how to do this real quick. So if you go into just your regular like live selection and and of course my Cinema crashes. Go into your live selection, and it's because it's on a Mac.
You go
into your live selection and then you change your, what is it? Hold on. Here we go. Go into your live selection, and then on your mode, you change it from normal to soft selection. That will give you the ability in order to like grab additional points around it within a radius. So what I'll use that for, anytime I'm producing like cushions or something, I'll immediately start off with a cube, just 1 1 1 subdivisions along the XYZ, immediately throw it into a subdivision surface, and then add additional like edges, you know, slowly until I get the general shape of it, and then make that editable. So then I've got a good cushion size, and then within that I'll use the soft selection and grab like the center and like expand my radius out to where it'll get, you know, quite a few of the points, and then bring the up on the Y to give it kind of this like rounded puffiness, you know. So
there's that not HelloLux, Pixel Lab,
yes. So what's the name of that thing?
Easy Chesterfield.
Yes.
Plugin.
So do you have that link? Okay, you've got that link on there.
Yeah, I got that link in the notes.
So someone else threw this up on the Slack as far as creating some of these Easy Chesterfield, which are like the buttons, you know, like the inset buttons for like cushions and stuff like that. And that's always a pain to make, but this plugin from the Pixel Lab, which big shout out to them, they're awesome for this, and the fact that it's free, gives you the ability in order to create these Chesterfield look really easily. So anyway,
you know, you taught me a lot about curtains.
Oh yeah,
it's so funny that I never even thought about this. You know, when you think, okay, I need to make a set of curtains,
you think,
oh, okay, I need to do cloth and make them hang. And how am I going to make them ruffled? All that stuff, dude. You had the best simplest solution for making curtains?
So simple. Okay, so the easiest way to make curtains I have found is take a spline, or get your pen tool and start your spline tool and start like doing like wavy back and forth, like what would look like the top of the curtains, right?
Yeah, top down.
Yeah, and then from the top, yeah. So just, get your ruffles in there, blah, 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 and then duplicate that spline, throw it in a loft NURBS between the two, boom, you're done.
Yeah, you could throw some in between to kind of make them a little wavy. And
Yeah.
Crazy.
So super simple, very, very simple. Like seriously, when I discovered like that's the best way, that is totally the best way to make curtains. And they look so good too.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Cool.
Is that it?
That's it. Let's go to the other section. We got some random links here. That'll be nice. First of all, Sage posted this. This is the Open VR recorder for doing motion capture with VR devices such as the Vive and the Oculus Rift. So that's really cool if you want to do motion capture with that. Houdini Mark posted optical flow in Houdini 16.5. It's a new tutorial to replicate his previous fluid driving setups that he did. I think we talked about those not too long ago.
Yeah, I think the original version he was going through Nuke. Oh boy, this is going to start.
Yeah, he was kind of doing his own version to get this working. But this is the new volume optical flow node in Houdini that kind of does a similar thing, I guess, or the same thing. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. The problem is, Houdini. I just... Gosh. Not a day goes by that I'm like, dang, I need to learn Houdini every day.
Yep. Totally agree.
And there's this website we'll put a link to as well, CG Wiki on Houdini. Oh, man. It's got some crazy stuff in it. You'll have to check this out. A good site you might want to check out, BillEllis.com or Elis, BillEllis.com. Just a really good site for some just art.
Ooh, those are beautiful.
BillEllis.com. Really good lighting on all of this stuff. I really like the lighting.
That Stormtrooper one looks a lot like the one. Looks very similar to the whatchamacallit, the Already Been Chewed one.
Oh. And then
does he model this whole stuff?
I don't know. And then Hello Lux has a Cinema 4D tutorial called Natural Environments that I thought you should check out. Building natural environments in Cinema 4D, really beautiful looking. If you're going to do a lot of outdoor stuff, this is probably a good one to do.
Pretty.
So, all right. Know what time it is?
Time for email and to go away?
Nope.
Christmas time?
Nope.
Peoples, where'd you get that Grebo? Peoples, what's up with that guy?
All right, so let's get into Beeple's People. Get out your Beeple viewer. Your Beeple viewer of choice.
Your Beeple viewer of choice. That's pretty good. I like that.
The first one we're going to do, if you will check out November 10th, Year of Our Lord 2017. This one is called Turnt.
Hold on.
Apparently, you got Turnt.
Gosh, I totally forgot where I look at these things. Turnt. Okay.
Turnt. This is got some good looking fog in here. I don't know if that was maybe done in post or not. But these trees, I like that, and the ripples. Very pretty. Very similar to kind of what we were talking about, that natural environment thing.
Yeah.
I really like that. As far as the story, man, I couldn't tell you. I think this would probably fit in with your Red Planet story a little bit.
This is just this is part of the terraforming the planet
of Mars.
Because as you can see, no, it's not necessarily Mars. It's just a planet.
Could be because it's very red.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Okay.
Good. So, but notice that there's only these few things of trees in the background. There's none. It's all just desolate.
Mm-hmm. Desolate.
So, yeah, this is the whole formation, and maybe that river is actually what's helping grow those trees faster. I don't know.
And then November 11th, we've got Broken Continuum.
All right, what do we got?
This is interesting. First thing you'll notice here, I want to say this is World Machine terrain right here.
Freaking, I gotta go to his Twitter now. I always have to do this.
You always do that. I always tell you to go to Twitter.
I know.
It's easier.
All right, Broken Continuum. Yeah, see?
Continuum. I'm thinking World Machine. Just the way that you have the
Yeah. I bet you it's World Machine. Because the way that, the erosion stuff.
The erosion stuff.
It looks a lot like that, yeah.
But
wouldn't
then
it,
there's
wouldn't
this
it be,
circle.
does the erosion stuff go
that's what I was thinking
opposite?
too. It seems to me like the erosion is backwards.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's displacement map negative.
To each his own, but still.
Right. Okay.
No,
so,
I mean, that's kind of cool. It makes it look like all the sand is... I don't know. It gives it a neat look. That's for sure.
But there's a ring in here that I think we've seen before. And it might be the same ring that was like in the pig one or something. I can't remember.
I don't know.
But this is falling apart.
Yeah.
And it almost looks like there's a little bit of sketch and tune or something going on around the edges.
Yeah.
Or either that or it's like hardcore dirt shader.
No.
It might be hardcore dirt shader if you look at some of these sections.
I don't know.
I don't
That
know.
looks like
There's
sketch
just
and
like a lot
tune to me.
It may be.
Or like just the lines, you know.
Yeah. But I think this is like later on. I swear that the pig was going through this, or there was some.
Oh, maybe.
I have to pull that one back up. Do you remember what it was called?
I don't remember.
It
was some McDonald's one or something.
Yeah. God, you know how long that would take to find. That was some weeks ago for sure.
I'll find it.
Because I want to say there were like wires coming through it, and then I don't know. Dude, when did we do the pig one? Was it called McDonald's, or was it called like I'm loving it or something?
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I could search my notes.
I'll find it pretty quick. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that looks kind of similar.
What day was it?
September 23rd.
Okay, September 23rd. Because my theory is that this is the remnants of that. Like, for some reason, it got destroyed. Yeah. Okay.
Is it the same?
I
don't know. It looks a little different.
Looks a little different. I don't know. It just reminded me of that.
Nah, it's two. They're two totally different things.
They are different.
Yeah, they're totally different.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway.
Maybe I think going along with the story, I think this is one of the
portal.
Yeah, I think this is one of the star. What are those things? Stargates. Yeah. And
but here's the thing:
someone's destroying it because they don't want the other side to be able to get there. They've already terraformed it enough to be able to release themselves from the clutches of the evil world.
I see.
See, I see
that
these
was the
people
plan all along.
I see these
to get
people.
Away.
The bigger people, not the smaller people.
Well, is the one in this particular one of the small or the big people?
I think this is one of the big people.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I see these people who are leaving to terraform another planet as like pilgrims in a way. Like they are leaving their planet because of some sort of persecution or something like that. They need to get away.
Pilgrim.
What?
Hey, pilgrim.
Yeah. But there are these transportation devices that can, take you back through,
Yes.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
Maybe the transportation devices, then the question is, why are they bringing their bodies over to this new thing? Maybe the transportation devices can only allow, non-organic material. So those are actually like avatars of their own body. transporting.
And now you're getting way more into it than I am.
Yeah. No, just the story. I love the story.
Okay.
I love the story. I hate the critique, but I love the story.
All right, then let's move on to the last one. We're going to go to today, which is the 12th.
Yep.
This is called Cabin Fever. The first thing I'm going to say is I'm guessing that Mike is cooped up somewhere right now is what I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
Which is the name of Cabin Fever. That's my guess of the day.
Uh-huh.
And so he spent a little time doing something more abstract here.
Yeah.
There are these balls.
Yep. They look kind of like eyeballs.
Things on them. Yeah.
They look kind of like eyeballs.
Little latchy things on them. I feel like this is more of an abstract piece, that it doesn't have anything to do with the other universe.
I don't know. Perhaps this is one of the many hallucinogenic things that you see when you cross through the portal.
I really like the look of the clear. I mean, it looks like clear plastic. Mm-hmm. Maybe not necessarily glass. I can't tell.
I don't know. To me, it kind of looks like glass, especially with the colors and stuff. Like it's almost got that.
You know what it
bubble,
is? It's like a.
What's that? What is that called? Like the lens film or whatever.
Yeah, but it's got.
Not lens film.
I know what you're talking about. The index.
Index, yeah, the film index.
Yeah, film index. To me, it seems like, did you ever have the Technodrome as a kid?
Heck yeah, I did.
Technodrome, and you would pull the little latch thing, and the eyeball would roll down, and like catapult off to hit the turtles.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It's like the eyeball from the Technodrome, except it's clear.
eBay.com.
eBay.
Technodrome.
I mean, I'm gonna guess this was like the background had to be done.
$10? Oh,
Nice.
with $41 shipping. Whatever.
It
Who's
looks
calling
like
me?
this was done.
Why is my mother calling me at 10 p.m. at night?
The engine itself, like the background is orange, but it wasn't done necessarily like in Photoshop, because the way the orange kind of goes through and you can see kind of like the pinks. But very cool piece. So that is all we have. Besides, we already read this one email, but I'm going to read this other email here too. Mm-hmm. I got to go back to my notes. Excuse me. I think we managed to go pretty long here.
Yeah, about an hour 15. We might hit an hour 30. Sorry, it's a shorter show, but we
both got the cruds.
We're sticking through all for you guys.
Jonathan
and girls.
Koloma said, hey guys, I have a question for you guys. I met you at the convention in New York, and we went over some build questions, and just got a nice bonus at work, and I want to invest in some muscle. I want to build something that's sort of the best of both worlds, render speed and GPU speed. Here are my specs. Now, you heard what we talked about earlier in the show, so hopefully that helps as well. There were two different ones he was looking at. One of them was like an upgraded Mac Pro. It's a 6-core and it's a 2 times 6 core, so it's a 12-core. Excuse me. 500 gig SSD. This is kind of like the Monster Max we talk about doing.
Yeah.
Extra 1 terabyte, 7200 RPM drive, 64 gig of RAM, a Titan X, and a 4-port USB 3.0 PCIe card.
See, me...
That's one thing we haven't done with ours. We haven't put USB 3s.
Yeah, who cares? Honestly, I hate this Mac. Like, I'm so over it.
Yeah.
We're
getting over our Macs now.
The thing is, no, I love the operating system. Like, yeah. I really do enjoy the operating system quite a bit. It's just, I'm stuck. Like, I can't go any higher with it. Mm-hmm. And so now I'm back onto that thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to have to build a new PC here pretty soon, And at least the good part of it is that I can rip out those 980 Ti's so I don't have to buy new cards, And I could use the power supply from it. But still, it's like, going to have to buy a new motherboard. If it were up to me, at least now, 2 years ago, it would have been a different story. But now, I would say do not invest
Yeah.
in a monster Mac at all. Like,
Yeah.
don't go for that. Like, either build a PC or get one of the newer Macs and do a Sonnet box.
And that was the thing he was asking too about getting one of the boxes.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I mean, if you can really do it, go with just a full-on PC instead of doing the external box thing. If you can really avoid it, because I feel like, you'll do that and you'll be like, oh, I want more firepower, and I'll just have to get another box, and then it just gets messy. It's just like, build a nice system. If you can, with the internal cards.
Yeah. If I didn't have to worry too much about money, I would make sure that I get a really good processor,
Yeah.
like one of the
Like
new
the ones we were talking
i9s or
about.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most of the work that we do is GPU, if I wanted to switch over to Corona or, to Arnold or something like that, then I want to make sure that I've got the power to back it up,
Yeah.
So
This one here, it's a desktop PC, an i7 6700K, which I think is what we have in Meeseeks, but it only has 16 gig of memory of RAM.
That's all we've got, isn't it?
That's all we've got, and it's not quite enough. I would say you need more than that. I think you need to go 32.
I don't know. That's what I've got in my PC right now. Is
There's
16.
just sometimes it just seems like cinema is a little hangy because of that. And then NVIDIA GeForce 1080. I would get a 1080 Ti if you can.
Yeah.
Not just a base 1080. But see, this system is pretty basic. I think that's pretty good, especially if you can get a motherboard that'll support up to 4 cards. You'll be good. And then this other crazy one is like a 22, like a dual 22 cores. It's like 44 core processor.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Just all this stuff in it. I mean, just ridiculous. But the thing is, this is some sort of package deal somewhere, like with a Quadro. You don't want to get a Quadro. You do not want to get a Quadro. Get a 1080 or a Titan.
Yeah. If you've got enough money for a Quadro, get a Titan X.
Get a bunch of Titans.
Yeah, get a bunch of Titans.
Dude, Quadros are so expensive, and they just don't have any cores.
Yeah.
Any CUDA cores.
Yeah.
So this thing had all sorts of drives, removable storage, like all this stuff. It's all about what you can afford, but I mean, I like the idea of having a balance between GPU and CPU.
Yes.
Although we're very GPU heavy, so it's not as important.
Yeah, see, what is it? Meeseeks has a 6-core, is it? My PC has a 6-core. My Mac has a 8-core, which anytime I'm rendering in After Effects, I just throw it over the Mac anyway. It's about all it's good for.
So that about covers it. We're going to get out of here.
Totally.
You can rate us on iTunes, leave a review. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes or podcatcher of choice. And sign up for our newsletter. Say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with no Brograph, no Mograph tee, the limited edition Gaten DeSimone shirt, and then the Paul Babb, Heal the Bab 2020 shirt. All the profits go to Doctors Without Borders. Pretty soon we're going to have the Render Things shirt once I get that worked out.
Yep.
And we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube and Brograph.com.
Totally.
That wraps it up.
Yeah, and if you want to join the Slack, want to join our conversations, we're on there every day. Slacking off.
Slack.
Yeah, if you tried to sign up earlier and the link didn't work, we just noticed that this week.
We hit the 30-day mark, so we renewed it.
So do we have to do that every 30 days?
No, I was able to get it to be a permanent link.
Oh, so. Good. Let's see. How many people do we have in there now?
I don't know. Quite a few.
136.
136 people. That's nice.
Yeah, come join the conversation. Come
say
slack
hi,
off
talk
with
about
us.
Rick and Morty. Whatever.
Yeah. Way too many channels.
Yeah. We did put a hardware channel in there, though, by the way, this week. Though.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about gear, that's a really good place to do it. And get suggestions and stuff from people. So.
Do we get any more reviews?
I don't know. We'll look at it next week.
All right, cool. You're ready to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
All right. Until next week, I'm Dave.
I'm Matt.
Have a good one.
Later, bros.
It's pretty good, I guess. Brograph.com, an online resource for learning Cinema 4D, After Effects, and other motion graphics tools specifically catered to help you prevail as a motion graphic designer.
What's up, bros? Welcome to another Brograph motion graphics tutorial.
With tutorials, plugins, and now a podcast with tens of thousands of listeners worldwide.
Yeah, it's a great community to be part of.
We give you professional time-saving tips, industry news, interviews, shortcuts, and lessons that help keep you current in the world of motion design.
Throw in HDR Studio, take the render settings, pick the HDR, put in reflection, and gorgeous.
I love projects that scare me. When our art director comes to us and asks for something that I had never done before, man, it gets me pumped.
Our weekly long-form podcast will give you the latest news, help you in your file management, hardware configuration, and client relations. Learn about the latest render engines, modeling techniques, and workflow integration while staying entertained.
Real nice banana.
Ah, that's so funny. All right. I'm going to live forever.
Our Brograph Talks are a chance to see the way industry leaders from around the globe are changing the face of motion design.
Sometimes you got to make stuff that you're not going to put on your reel, and I'm not here to judge.
The podcast and talks include people like Beeple, Barton Damer, Nick Campbell, Andrew Kramer, David Ariev, Chad Ashley, Paul Babb, EJ Hassenfrost, Mitch Myers, Chris Schmidt, Jules Urbach, Cornelius Dammert, David Brodeur, Andy Needham, Caitlin Kaju, Zubair Parker, Noseman, Ryan Bean, Casey Hupke, Nick Lyons, Sage, Joey Korenman, Jeremy Cox, Rick Barrett, John Dickinson, Matthias Omatola, Patrick Goski, Brandon Clements, Steve Teeple, Tom Glimpse, Patrick Longstream, Julia Simone, Devin Coe, Al Heck, and even Deadmau5.
You get that render done. Yeah, you better frame what?
Our Brograph breakdowns go behind the projects and give you an insight on what it's like to manage and maintain your own personal business or work for a large company. Join us for live sessions, check out our useful plugins, watch time-lapse projects, interact with us, and send us email questions and topic ideas. Or just hit the Rando Render button and do an imaginative daily that'll keep you on your toes.
Take all your dreams and let's do it!
Subscribe today and get automatic updates on the latest tutorials, tricks, tips, and inspiration brought to you by industry professionals Dave Koss and Matt Milstead.
We don't care how you get here, folks. Just get here.
Subscribe now to Brograph Tutorials.
It's pretty good, I guess.